I normally spend my time thousands of meters up in the mountains. But for our last wander, I've left the heights of the Himalayas to come down to sea level to witness a wildlife event featuring an animal that's very close to my heart. The olive Ridley turtle.
I've actually been fortunate enough to dive with olive Ridley turtles. Now, of all the big animals in the ocean, there is something totally unique about watching turtles swim. It's incredibly graceful and effortless.
The experience of swimming with turtles was so intimate that I've never forgotten it. So when I heard of the mass hatching of olive Ridley turtles that takes place here every year, I simply had to come. This is Odisha, on the Bay of Bengal. The seas here are rich with nutrients, picked up and carried by India's great rivers on the 1,500 mile journey from their source high in the Himalayas. Where the rivers meet the sea, they deposit their bounty. These waters are bursting with life. This beach is about to add to it.
At the moment, as you can see, this beach is just calm like any other normal beach. And it's hard to believe that through the night and tomorrow morning, this entire beach will be alive and will erupt with baby olive Ridley turtles.
This is the largest mass nesting site in the world for the olive Ridley turtle. It's vital to the survival of the species. It's considered so important that the local government posts guards to protect the young turtles. Olive Ridley turtles spend their lives out at sea. But each year, at one particular time, hundreds of thousands of females return here. It's the beach they hatched on, and they too will lay their eggs here. It's an event that is known as the Aribada. It means the arrival. Once the eggs are laid, she returns to the sea, leaving the eggs to incubate in the sand. They'll take between 40 and 60 days to grow. I'm here to see hundreds of thousands of baby turtles bursting out of the sand. As night draws in, the first turtles begin to hatch.
These two little fellows are the first two I've seen this evening. They've just literally popped out of a hole just to the right of my foot here and are now slowly taking their very first steps towards the ocean, which is just here, and it's just lovely to watch.
My first baby turtle makes it to the sea, but this is just the beginning. Hatching is so important that we have to use a camera that films by moonlight alone.
This is such a big moment for this little turtle. He's clearly just taking his time to look around and decide which way he thinks is best. We believe that they follow the light, and often when they come out at night like this, the moon and the reflection of the moon on the sea is how they know which way to go.
Light pollution inland makes some of the young head the wrong way. Across the beach, hundreds of nests start to move. Scientists have discovered that the turtles coordinate hatching by calling to each other while they're still in the eggs. Most of the turtles hatch under cover of darkness. As dawn breaks, I can see why. They are easy pickings for predators. Like jungle crows and Brahmini kites. even those that make it to the sea aren't safe. Sharks and other threats await. Of all the turtles born here, only 1 in 1,000 will reach maturity. It's the reason that there are over 1 million young. But it's not just predators that are a hazard.
This poor little turtle's really well caught up in this fishing net. I'm trying to free him, but it's got to be really gentle. He's so fragile that I'm desperately trying not to hurt him while I do this. This could take me a long time. There we go, got his little fin free. Yay!
The local fishermen stop work during the arrabada and the hatching. And it's not just the fishermen who are helping. Chetan Rao has spent the last year trying to understand this phenomenon.
There's a few folk on the beach with buckets.
Yes.
Can you tell me what they're doing? What are their purposes?
A lot of these hatchlings are probably, instead of moving towards the sea, they end up going towards the other side.
Away from the beach?
Away from the beach,
Right,
yes.
okay.
So a lot of these locals have volunteered themselves to come here and sort of pick up hatchlings which are like disoriented and release them close to the water so that they can all go back safely.
So these guys are volunteers from the local village?
Yes, they're all local villagers who are here. They'll pick up any hatchling that they find that it's not going in the right direction and just leave it towards the sea.
So these baby turtles we see today,
Yeah.
how long will it be before they return here? And how do they know that this is their beach? How do they know to come here?
They return after a span of 15 to 16 years when they're sexually immature. But how do they come back is probably part of inbred homing instinct. Like they know where they were born.
That's incredible to think, because hopefully these turtles will go and they'll swim for hundreds, thousands of miles around the ocean.
Yeah.
And then you're saying in 15 years plus, they'll come back to this beach and lay their eggs.
Exactly.
That's incredible, no?
It is.
Yeah.
It's one of nature's great mysteries.
Great mysteries.
Yeah.
As the baby turtles enter the water, the sun rises on a new day. The people here are doing everything they can to make sure this beach continues to be somewhere the babies can hatch in safety.